Parish, what methodology will you use to prioritize road maintenance and resurfacing on an annual basis?
Well, I've run 35 road programs since I've been at Geske, from beginning estimating all the way through production to the very end of the reconciliation with the engineers and closeout documentation. I'm out on the crew every day. I've got people asking me all the time, how come you're not doing our road? How come you're not doing our road? And I question that also sometimes. So I'm proposing to adopt the same system that the city of Crystal Lake uses, that has been placed by the state, in which you would go out every spring, and it's in an Excel spreadsheet like this. You go out every spring with somebody from the road district, which would probably be the person that does the snow route, and you go out in April when the road is at its worst case scenario. And you go down and you look at 12 characteristics of the roads, and you would rate the road, and you come up with an average score. At the end of that year, you would classify that number, and the following year you would compare your number from the previous year, and you would determine your maintenance of the road to be to try and equate those numbers, get them back up to the levels where they had dropped from. Eventually, you'll get to a situation in that the road will not be able to be restored. You'll get a number that drops below the 5s, and at that point, then it becomes a situation where the road would have to be resurfaced. So at any time somebody said, how come my road isn't next? They could come in, their road is in a log on the counter, and they can check and see how theirs has fallen and in what category it has fallen. So you would have a 1 to 2 to 3 year look ahead of where you're going next for your road program, and you can budget that way to build a better program that would be better for the contractor to get a lower unit cost number. So at any point, any resident said, when is my road going to be paved? You can come in, look, and see where you're compared to the year before and how you compare to the subdivision or the street that was paved that year. So you have a 1 to 2 year look ahead for budget. Thank you.
This question is going to Mr. Lesperance. What will you do to increase the lifetime value of Township Road District vehicles and equipment and ensure that the full value is received upon trade-in?
I'm not big on trade-ins. I think that just works for the dealership and manufacturer. I think the longer we can use our equipment, the better. I have a 30-year history of maintaining and properly using my equipment so that I get the most years of service possible out of it. That's my answer.
Mr. Parish, what will you do to increase the lifetime value of Township Road District vehicles and equipment and ensure that the full value is received upon trade-in?
Well, the snow equipment has to get absolutely scrubbed every time it comes in to get all that salt out of every little corner, because that's just cancerous to the vehicle. Daily maintenance needs to be done. Things need to be greased regularly, especially the spots that are wear items. As far as trade-ins go, I also agree with Mike that if you're trading something in, it is not reaching market value, because the trucking company will have to inflate their number somehow and make some profit in order to make it up to a market level price. I would say that we would hold our equipment to the point that we believe that maintenance is going to cost more to keep it than it is to get any benefit out of it. I would offer it up to another municipality first, a smaller municipality that may have a need like that doesn't have in their budget to buy something like that. If not, then I would put it on a system like openofauctions.com, who sells a lot of municipal equipment online, has a lot of visibility. If you were to put a snowplow truck on in October, it would sell higher than market price because of the demand for it. It's very successful. I think that the rate is 5% to a municipality in order to sell it. If it doesn't reach the number that we believe it's worth for the township, it's a $50 buyback fee, and then we take it back. But it works very well. It's completely facilitated by the auction company. They are local, and it works very well.
Kopsell, what will you do to increase the lifetime value of Township Road District vehicles and equipment and ensure that the full value is received upon trade-in?
Well, first of all, we start with the engine. We use a better grade of motor oil.
transmission is next. They're all automatics. The harshest use of the automatic is in garbage trucks and in gravel pit trucks. And so far, we haven't had an engine failure or a transmission failure in the last 8 years. The other thing is they are washable when they come in, unless the storm is here, and there's one right here, because that's a waste of time and money. And we have 3 plastic boxes that were shown at a national snow and ice show. And one is on the second cabin chassis already. One of the plastic boxes. We had the frame for the plastic box galvanized. We had it dipped and galvanized. We can take off the tug, which we refer to as the box, by taking out 4 bolts, yanking it off the truck, and we can work on anything we want there. It's a matter of 15 minutes. And our equipment is waxed in the springtime, waxed in the fall, and every time it's washed, it gets a liquid wax put on it. And that is our trade-in value.
Next question, we will start with Robert Parish. The question is, when considering capital expenditures, please explain the approach that you will take to bidding and awarding contracts.
For capital expenditures?
Yes.
For equipment, I would adopt the same policy that the city of Crystal Lake uses and the county uses, that you go out for public legal notice, put it in the paper, and get it out on the internet and get as many people as possible to look at it and possibly bid on it. I don't believe using the state letting and buying a chassis and then over-accessorizing the vehicle is fiscally responsible. I believe the last truck that Nunda bought was $179,644. The trade-in value of the 2000 truck that they traded in was $11,000. To me, that's way off. It seems to me that all the benefit is on the company that is selling us the new truck and taking the other truck in trade. That's why I'm saying before about using open off auctions in order to get the inflated value up for the trade-in vehicle. As far as sorry, what was the question?
When considering capital
expenditures.
Yes.
I don't know, I guess that's it.
Don, same question. When considering capital expenditures, please explain the approach that you will take to bidding and awarding contracts.
On the truck issue, we go with the Illinois state bid purposely because they sell a lot of vehicles to the state of Illinois and to other surrounding states, not just Illinois. It's called Parish International. Freightliner is another company that we started to do business with since Sterling went out of business. And to the remark about the truck costing $179,644, it probably did, but the truck just came in, so that meant the 2000 truck was 12 years old. That 2000 truck was a headache when we bought it, and it was a headache when we got rid of it.
Mike, the question is, when considering capital expenditures, please explain the approach that you will take to bidding and awarding contracts.
So we're going to consider all options when making any capital expenditures. We will look for the best opportunity for Nunda Township residents. If that means we use the state program, or that means that we use the programs that Rob talked about, or we use the contacts that I've developed in the last 30 years of doing business. In any event, we'll consider the price of all of our opportunities, and we'll make the best deal we can when we need to make a capital expenditure for the Nunda Township residents.
This one is going to Mr. Kopsell. What specific expertise or experience will you bring to the Highway Commissioner's office that will improve operations or reduce costs?
Well, as an operator for many years, and as a township employee for many years, and as the highway commissioner for the last 16 years.
Mr. Lesperance, what specific expertise or experience will you bring to the Highway Commissioner's office that will improve operations or reduce costs?
Well, I believe I get along with people well. I was talking with Mr. Parish earlier, and I told him that I'd rather shovel 50 driveways than speak in front of this crowd tonight. He reminded me that I've been campaigning my whole career, selling jobs. And I like working with people. I have OCD. I like things to be just so, whether it's equipment or the job I'm doing or the people I'm working with. We want to look good and we want to do a good job. And we want to treat all the residents of Nunda Township with the respect that they deserve.
Let's see. Mr. Parish, what specific expertise or experience will you bring to the Highway Commissioner's office that will improve operations or reduce costs?
Well, after paving for 30 years, I started out shoveling those 50 driveways for my dad in high school. 26 years, like I said, at Parish Paving, 5 years at Geske, where I've run the road programs for 35 townships. I do, like I said, all the estimating, all the production, all the way through. When I first went to Geske, 63-year company, 6 days a week, 7-8 months of the year. The first year they worked 7 Saturdays. They worked 1 Saturday since then. Their productions are all up higher than they were. They averaged around 850 a day. Now they're running about 1,100 ton a day, which completely knocks out the Saturdays. The first year I was there, the laborers all hugged me and said, "This is great, we don't have to work Saturdays." The second year they're there, our wives figured it out. We're not working Saturdays anymore, and we're not getting this or the overtime. So I'm a person that is, their mind is based on production. It's all about efficiency, you know, because running your own company for all those years, it's all go, 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 go. I'm going to bring the same thing to the township government, the fact that I expect production out of the people. I'm going to cruise size for efficiency. I'm going to expect the teamwork. I'm going to expect them to cross over and be able to do different things. That's it.
This question is starting with Mike Lesperance. This was a written question from one of our attendees this evening. And the question reads, what do you believe should be done with private roads that do not meet requirements to become Nunda Township roads?
My goal as Highway Commissioner will be to see every unimproved road, every gravel road brought up to county standards and taken over by the township or the most economical municipality closest to it. We live in a very affluent community. There's no reason for those of us, and I'm not one of them, that live on gravel roads to be paying the same tax rates as those living on our best paved roads. I think all the roads need to be brought up to county standards and paved by the township.